Okay, step 5, how to select a mailing list. One of the very important steps in the whole Fusion code, so pay attention. One of the easiest ways to pick a mailing list is to go to nextmark.com or to the SRDS. Go through a list of all the different mailing lists in that particular market. Uh, just go through the different data cards, like I showed you how, and then contact the list manager or the list owner for that particular list, and basically send him an email saying, hey, I'm interested in renting your list, and this is for a direct response marketing test, and if the performance is good, I'm happy to go and buy some more names, so on and so forth. So before we do that, just wanted to give you a quick intro into the three different types of lists and what you should watch out for. One of the most common lists that you will actually see uh, is something called a compiled list. And basically, a compiled list is nothing but an aggregation of data by companies such as Info USA and a whole bunch of others. And all they're doing is just gathering data from multiple sources and then slicing and dicing to come up with different types of lists. So basically, list of people who own, a Toyota, or a list of people who bought a TV in the last month, and so on and so forth. The problem with compiled lists is that they are far too generic, and I have never managed to get a successful campaign going with a compiled list. Lists look very tempting primarily because they have millions of people in that particular list. So you might rent that list thinking that if the list works, you could potentially mail to a million people and make $1 billion. But compiled lists never ever work for most direct response offers. So avoid at all costs. The second type of list is what I call the responder list, and basically this is a list of people who actually responded to some kind of free offer. There was really nothing to sell. Basically, they got a postcard saying it's a free offer, and they signed up. So there's really it's not a whole lot of information on whether these people actually converted and bought something or not, but responder lists work from time to time. It's definitely better than a compiled list, and if you have no other list to go in your market, definitely go with the responder list. At least you can know that these people will opt in to a free offer, but there's very little data to tell you whether these people will actually buy something or not. The best type of list that you should always try to get is the buyer list. And we saw some examples of that, the eBay market, where the couple of lists that we walked through um, had buyers on them, people who spent money $49 every single month to use that product. So go with the buyer list where it's a list of people who have actually taken out the credit card and bought something, and if they're actually spending money in the market, then there's a very high chance that they might be inclined to spend money with your product as well. So once you pick a list of, from Nextmark or SRDS, every single list should usually have some kind of contact information for a list manager or a list owner, and this is where you basically email them, giving them a background about yourself, and then expressing your interest in renting, a portion of the list. So watch the next video that talks about, picking a list from Nextmark and then contacting the list manager or the list owner.